Hey Panther Nation, I'm Joe Pringle, back again with more highlights from across Georgia State's athletics. Welcome to this week's edition of the Panther Rundown. Welcome back, Panther fans. Last week, we said goodbye to both of our men's and women's soccer team as they both wrapped up their season in the first round of the Sun Belt play. This week, we continue with volleyball and football and start saying hello to basketball. Let's get into it. Georgia State volleyball dominated Georgia Southern this weekend, securing a huge Friday night win and finishing the weekend with the sweep at the GSU Sports Arena. The Panthers jumped out strong against the Eagles. In set 1, Georgia State grabbed a 5-4 lead and never looked back, taking set 1 25-19 with 17 kills and 4 aces. Georgia Southern edged out set 2 25-23 in a tight battle with 2 lead changes and 10 ties. But Georgia State bounced back in set 3, winning 30-28 and closed out the match 26-24, claiming their first win over the Eagles in 5 years. Alicia Kapai led with 19 kills. Nazla Gouverneur had 11 kills and 10 digs. Marta Lazarin had 27 digs, and Rain Williams contributed 4 blocks. Saturday, the Panthers finished their home slate with a 4-set sweep. Set 1 went 29-27, set 2 25-22. Georgia Southern won set 3, but Georgia State dominated set 4, 25-18, never trailing after 4-3. Kapai posted another double-double with 18 kills and 12 digs. Gouverneur had 13 kills, Lazarin 26 digs, and Williams with her 6 blocks to complete the weekend sweep. With that sweep, Georgia State clinched the number 4 seed in the Sun Belt tournament and now heads to the road to close out the regular season at ULM Thursday at 7 p.m. and Friday at 1 p.m. Georgia State fought hard on the road Saturday afternoon at Coastal Carolina, ultimately falling 40-27. After falling early, the Panthers responded with a touchdown late in the first quarter to even the score at 7, then struck again to tie it at 14 before the Chanticleers pulled ahead. Georgia State kept pushing late, scoring twice in the fourth quarter to cut the deficit to 40-27, and finished the game with 13 unanswered points. Jordan Simmons led the way on the ground with 99 yards and a touchdown, averaging 5 yards of carry. In the air, Ted Hurst turned in a big performance, 10 catches for 165 yards and a touchdown. Grant Hollier added 3 receptions for 58 yards and another score. On the defensive side, Jartavius Flournoy recorded his first career sack along with 3 tackles, while Jabriel Rhodes-Nelson added 7 tackles, 2 for loss, and a sack of his own. Kendrick Walker led the defense with a total of 9 tackles. The Panthers held Coastal Carolina to just 120 passing yards and were perfect in the red zone, 4 touchdowns on 4 trips inside the 20. The Panthers return home for their final game at Center Park Stadium this season, hosting Marshall on Saturday, November 15th. The women's basketball team came up short in an 88-62 matchup against Mississippi State last Friday afternoon. The Panthers were trailing into the half, but they found their rhythm in the second half. Georgia State put together a strong 10-0 run in the third quarter, capped off by a 3 from Savannah Robinson-Holmes. Georgia State kept that energy going to start the fourth, scoring 5 straight and finishing off with a Crystal Henderson jumper. 3 Panthers finished in the double figures. Crystal Henderson led the way with 19 points, 5 assists, and 2 steals. Morgan Robinson-Wagoo added 11 points and 2 steals, and Ari Dyson came off the bench to chip in 10. Defensively, Georgia State forced 15 Mississippi State turnovers and converted them into 12 points. The men's basketball team came up short against Cincinnati after a strong effort on the road. The Panthers trailed early, but responded with a 6-0 run midway through the first half, closing the gap to 1. The Panthers kept the pressure on heading into the break, down 39-30 at the half. Out of the locker room, Georgia State found their groove, sparking a 7-0 run finished by a Micah Tucker layup to cut the deficit to 5. The Panthers continued to compete, getting a lift from their bench with 11 points in the second half. Jelani Hamilton led the way for the Panthers with 26 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Joel Chappelle added 10 points and 9 rebounds, and Anthony Eno came off the bench to chip in 5. Defensively, Georgia State forced 16 turnovers, converting them into 11 points on the other end. So the Panthers turned their attention to Monday night, where they hosted Presbyterian for their home opener. And they came up just short, falling 63-61 to Presbyterian inside the GSU Convocation Center. Sophomore Joa Chappelle was on fire, posting a career-high 23 points to lead the Panthers, along with 6 rebounds and 3 offensive boards. Micah Tucker gave GSU a spark off the bench with 6 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals, while Anthony Eno added 8 more. The Panthers dominated the glass early, grabbing 13 offensive rebounds that led to 10 second-chance points. Their defense made its mark, forcing 14 turnovers and turned those into 17 points on the other end. Despite the loss, the Panthers showed fight with key bench minutes and a breakout performance from Chappelle leading the way. The Panthers look to bounce back this Thursday night when they return home to face Fort Valley State at 7 p.m. inside the Convocation Center. And this concludes this week's episode of the Panther Rundown. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you again next week. Make sure you're coming out and supporting Georgia State's athletics, guys. And as always, go Panthers!